In the heart of the bustling city lived a man named Sam, his once bright spirit now veiled in shadows of doubt. Life's meaning appeared to be hard to pin down, slipping like sand grains from between his fingers. Each day blurred into the next, every minute melted into another, leaving him adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Sam became engulfed by an apathetic fog as his entire existence seemed to have dulled out. Why do I exist? Why does anyone even exist? What was the purpose of it all? He pondered, lost in the labyrinth of his thoughts. The vibrant dreams of his youth had faded, replaced by a sense of aimlessness. The routine of his days became monotonous, each moment devoid of the spark that once ignited his soul. He sought refuge in the solace of solitude, drowning his sorrows in the quiet embrace of his room. But even in the silence, the echoes of his despair reverberated, a constant reminder of his own insignificance in the grand tapestry of existence. In the darkness of the night, when the world slept beneath a blanket of stars, Sam grappled with the hollow emptiness of his own thoughts. His spirit felt heavy, burdened by the weight of questions without answers. With each passing day, Sam felt himself slipping further into the abyss. He had lost all hope, resigned to the cruel irony of his own fleeting existence in a world that seemed indifferent to his struggles. In the stillness of the night, his phone rang. It was Pat, an old friend. Friend? Acquaintance? It has been so long that he didn't even know how he'd characterize their connection. Why was she calling so late at night? He answered her call. Hello? Pat laughed. Pat had mistakenly called him, instead of another Sam. She asked how he was, and of course he said, I'm okay. She laughed again, apologized, and politely ended the call. He stared at his phone for quite some time after that, her laugh echoing in his head. She laughed. He made her laugh. He made her laugh. And it wasn't because of anything he did. He was just him. He smiled. Amidst the somber shadows of his despair, a gentle light began to flicker, casting a soft glow upon the corners of Sam's weary soul. He began to see the world for what it was. It was the little things that stirred Sam from his slumber of hopelessness. It was small at first, barely noticeable against the backdrop of his desolation. The warmth of the sun on his face, the laughter of children playing in the park, a small plant growing between the city's cracks, the polite smile of a tired barista. In these fleeting moments of beauty, Sam found a brief respite from the ceaseless torrent of his own thoughts. With each passing day, Sam's heart grew lighter, his spirit lifted by the tender grace of the world around him. He no longer searched for meaning in grand gestures or lofty ambitions, but rather found meaning in the quiet moments of everyday life. He also noticed that some things, although being the same things, changed based on how it's seen and felt. The sun is always there, but sometimes he'd be under a tree. Sometimes he'd see it from his apartment window and feel its warmth. Sometimes he'd see it peeking through tall buildings. And sometimes the quiet beauty of a sunset, painting the sky in hues of gold and pink, quietly shouts at him. If that even makes sense. These small wonders whispered to him of the beauty that still existed amidst the chaos of life. It was as if a veil had been lifted from his eyes, revealing a world brimming with beauty and wonder that he had never truly seen before. But amidst the newfound brightness of his days, Sam could not shake the nagging doubt that lingered in the recesses of his mind. What was the purpose of his awakening? Was it merely a fleeting distraction from the harsh realities of life? Or was there something more profound waiting to be discovered? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape. Sam found himself lost in thought once more. The gentle light that had guided him through the darkness now flickered uncertainly, its glow dimmed by the weight of his own uncertainty. And yet, amidst the shadows of his doubt, there remained a glimmer of hope, a quiet belief that perhaps, just perhaps, there was still meaning to be found in the gentle moments of everyday life. With a weary smile, Sam closed his eyes and allowed himself to be enveloped by the comforting embrace of sleep, trusting that when he awoke, the path forward would reveal itself in its own time. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Sam found himself in a gentle tug of war within his own heart, a delicate dance between fear and possibility. Would he end up being more thankful or more fearful the next time he wakes up?